is a CAP theorem. Generally, to measure the capability of a distributed system, there are three properties are taken. One is consistency, second one availability, and third one partition tolerance. When all these properties are fulfilled, when a distributed system is supporting all these properties, then you can say it is a full-fledged distributed system. But unfortunately, all these three properties we cannot bring it to under one that is in any distributed databases. Even NoSQL database or any other distributed databases will not support all this simultaneously. So that's why we call this as the CAP theorem. It is impossible for any shared data system to guarantee simultaneously all of the following three properties. So we are actually talking about the shared data system or distributed data system, where all these properties, if we cannot bring it simultaneously. The first one is consistency. You know what will be consistency. Consistency refers to the presence of the data, right? If you're saving some data in your database, the data should be there, even if any other for any other reason, the data should not be deleted. At the same time, all the future read and read request contain the data, whatever the transaction or whatever the request that are happening in the future. So all the requests should be able to access that particular data. That's what we try to say is a consistency. That is, once data is written, that should be there. And then availability, whenever there is a request for a particular data, that data should be available. Okay, so maybe we can understand this one just by saying some simple example. If you purchase a bike, and the bike should be available, meaning whenever you want to ride a bike, if you start it, it should be able to start. At the same time, if you want to ride it, you should be able to ride it. Okay, you have the bike, but you are not able to start it. Then you have some starting problem or any other mechanical problem, and you are not able to use it, then it is not available. Okay, so even the product is there, but it's not available for your use. The same thing here in the availability, the database is always available and responsive. So whenever there is a request, whenever there is a communication from different client or different system to the database for a particular data or the entire database, everything, right? Anything you can take. Even for a single data, if there is a request, the data should be available at the time of request itself. Okay, so it should be able to accessed by multiple requests. And then the third one is partition tolerance. Partition tolerance, especially in the shared data system or in the distributed data system, the database or the data entire thing will be partitioned. Okay, so we studied about horizontal partitioning, vertical partitioning. Okay, so those concepts we studied. So here in the partition tolerance, you'll be splitting a single table or a single database, and all the splitted table and then splitted database will be saved across the network. Okay, maybe a content of a single table will be available in different locations or in the different machines in the network. So that's what we generally will do in the distributed databases, right? So whatever the data that is available in one particular database or one node will be available in other remote databases also, right? So here, to keep the data in remote places or in the partitioned manner, then at least we do certain type of partitioning, right? Horizontal partitioning or vertical partitioning. Especially we said already, we already saw the distributed database, especially the NoSQL databases, will support horizontal partitioning. Okay, so if part of the database is unavailable, other parts are unaffected. Suppose if any one part of your database is not available, and the other parts should not get affected. Okay, so that is what the partition tolerance. And here, bringing all these properties in one one group is highly impossible. Here you can see in the diagram the consistency, availability, and partition tolerance. Okay, it is just explained in the form of set theory. When you say consistency and then availability, CA. Okay, so here you can say this part. This part is CA, that is you are mixing up consistency property and availability property. So this consistency availability you can very much avail in RDBMS softwares. Okay, the RDBMS software will be providing the consistency availability, whereas it doesn't have a proper partition tolerance. Okay, then when it comes to the availability and partition, that is omitting consistency, these two areas, these two properties, that is availability and then partition tolerance. So this you can very much you can get from the CouchDB, Cassandra, and then DynamoDB, and then React. This is actually a the NoSQL database model we studied. This actually comes under the document data model. Okay, Cassandra, and then this one. So we studied about Apache HBase. That is actually comes under column based or column style data model. Okay, then when you say the partition tolerance and then MongoDB and then HBase, that is partition tolerance and consistency, these two property when you combine. So this MongoDB, HBase, and then Redis, these things will provide you, right? See, combinedly, consistency, availability, and partition tolerance, this center point you will not get it. Okay, so that is what the CAP theorem says. So when you compare RDBMS, you'll be getting among three, there are two properties are very much available. And when you talk about the other NoSQL database or big data related databases, and then other remaining part of the properties are very much available. Okay, so bringing everything into one single area or one single domain or in one single database is highly impossible. That is what the CAP theorem says. Okay, then next to that we have this actually traditional versus NoSQL. The same thing, the consistency, partition tolerance, and available. The same thing explained here also. And in conclusion, what we are trying to say is, in the RDBMS is a great tool for solving ACID properties, ACID problems. That means it is actually very much applying the ACID properties that we have discussed already. When data validity is super important, so all important and validation, everything is very much required or given very high important in the RDBMS. And when you need to support dynamic queries, that is also RDBMS will be supporting very much. And when you come to the NoSQL, it is a great tool for solving data availability problems. That is because it is using a distributed database environment, so your data will be very much available. So when it's more important to have fast data than write data. So we are not very strict with the schema and then very strict with the ACID properties. Okay, and then we are very strict with the data handling. We are just using some fast data as well as some kind of write data, right? And then you need to scale based on changing requirement. So that's what we call as a dynamic schema. That means the schema can be dynamically changed based on the requirement. At the same time, the scaling also can be done dynamically. That is to increase the number of cluster and the number of units, number of processing unit can be increased dynamically. Okay, so it depends on which particular area or which particular domain we are working on and what type of database we are going to use. Okay, so it is not necessary that you have to use all the time RDBMS, and at the same time, it is not necessary that you have to use all the time NoSQL databases. Okay, it depends on the application or depends on the problem that you are going to use, or depends on the amount of data we are going to deal or the characteristics of the data that we are going to deal. Okay, so we have some merits and demerits in both the side. So in the RDBMS we have merits and demerits, and in the similarly in the distributed databases or in the NoSQL databases we have some merits and demerits. So based on the weightage, you can choose which particular technology or which particular type of database you are going to use in your system. Okay, so it depends.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.